Oh, we're live.
Okay, check on YouTube. Go to YouTube there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Is it like... Okay.
Oh, it's a little behind.
Yeah, it's got a... I think it's a 10-second thing, but we'll be from StreamYard. Click on that. See, I don't even know if this is like... if this is working or not.
Oh, no.
It died. Why are we so bad at this?
Oh, we have a viewer.
Hello. Can you hear us? We're still setting this up, so it's not like fully ready to go. This is our first time doing any live, so we have no idea what we're doing.
I lost him.
Cool. Let's see. I don't know if anybody can hear us. I don't know how this works. How do people do lives? It says excellent connection. That's new.
Yeah.
All right, just bear with us while we get all of this fully set up. We're still getting the audio and the streaming service to connect with YouTube, which is weird. We don't know how that works. I'm messaging everybody right now to see if it works. Let's see. Create highlight. What is that?
I don't know.
Capture moments as they happen. Okay, so if you guys are just joining, to let you guys know, we're still getting it set up, so we're working the kinks out. We got about 2 minutes until we fully go all in, if that makes sense. I need to delete these. Instagram's a pain. Like, it's like, now you posted it. It's like, no. Okay, I'm going to put this on Instagram. There we go. What's up, everybody? So we are actually sitting down. We're getting ready to go live. I think we are currently live. We're still working out a couple of kinks here. So if you guys do see us on YouTube there, comment down and let us know that you guys see us or how the audio sounds so we can properly tune it to what needs to be adjusted. In the meantime, we're still trying to figure it out. So just bear with us. All right. Everybody, so we are actually sitting down. See, I can't tell, like, if... Who? It says that somebody's like watched it, so that's cool. I have notifications on. So he says, I currently don't see anything. I have notification on and no alert and nothing when I go on your channel.
Huh.
Actually here, don't do it on there. Don't do it on there. Go on your computer and act like just a guess to see if we can find out. Okay. Trying to fix it. And then Drew's just blowing my phone up. You get it going, big dog.
I said we had one, so I don't know why.
I mean, it just turned 8:15, so I have no idea.
Oh, goodness.
Just bear with us. We're still working on it. Go to our channel. Yeah.
There's nothing on there.
Are we even live? Like, where did that one view come from?
I don't know.
That's so weird. What? That says end stream.
I don't know. It says we've been live for... Oh, it's set to private. That's why.
Oh, but why is there one view to it?
I have no idea. Remember, you were like, set it to private.
Oh, so we may have to redo this.
How do you...
We may have to redo it.
Private. Change it to public.
Boom. Let me know if you see anything pop up that's new over here. Okay, so... Oh, I see a check mark here. Unless I don't remember that check mark being there.
I have no idea.
So it's public. I'm reaching out to a couple people to see if it's working.
Oh, let me look.
think we fixed it.
Okay, there we go.
Is it working?
Yay!
Can you
I
guys
think we figured it out.
see us and hear us? Look, this live stream thing is no joke. I don't know how people do this because it's
confusing.
It's confusing.
And I just want to watch myself. I don't want to.
I know. So the way we have this set up, we got the camera here, we got the mic down here, and we got the computer over here, and we're trying to figure out, because we're doing a different streaming service that's linked with YouTube, so there's a delay in it, and we're trying to work on it. So for the past like 6 minutes, we're over here like, hello, is anybody there? We realized it wasn't even turned on, so
yeah,
we're working that up. But hello to all of you guys joining in. Let's see. Everyone's it's working. It's working.
Yay! Awesome.
This is going to be interesting. They can hear us.
Does it sound all right?
Yeah. Let us know what the audio sounds like. Our AirPods died, so that's not going to work for us.
Not that we need them.
Also, does the lighting look okay? Let us know.
Costa Rica. That's fun.
Costa Rica. We're from Costa Rica, by the way.
Daytona Beach.
We got a lot of people joining.
Yeah.
Well, hello, guys. This is interesting. So I want to put this out there real quick. A huge thank you to everybody who's joining in.
Hi, Gigi. Sorry.
Oh,
I forgot.
Well, we're going to get to your comments here in just a second. We do want to say a huge thank you for you guys being out here. Obviously, this is our first live, so our experience is this. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
But when we were trying to set this up, I mean, we were even supposed to go to Universal today to do a tribute store video for you guys, and then we ended up.
It was raining all day.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, Florida, it was also raining. But we came across the fact we're like, well, we're going to do a live today, and then ended up realizing the live isn't an hour. We're like, we're panicking, like, we need to do this. So we're getting this worked out. So we'll obviously do more lives in the future if it works out. But hello, guys. Hello. So let's see. Where is everybody from?
Oh, they already.
We got a lot of comments. Like, is this how people do this stuff? Like, wow.
So we got Daytona Beach.
I heard Costa Rica, Daytona Beach, Alabama.
Houston.
Which, by the way, hello, Alabama. Greetings from Florida. Anybody
Orlando.
from Florida? Hello, Orlando.
Lots of Orlando.
Wow, this is exciting. Okay. Well, today, what we're going to do for the video, what we have planned out is just kind of like a live Q&A. So you guys are more than welcome to ask us any questions. Now, we're going to try to get through all the comments we can possible. I was expecting like 5 people to show up.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, we're humble for all of you guys joining in. We really appreciate it. So we'll try to get with you guys on your comments that you guys send us. So we'll be answering any questions you have. And then we're also going to talk about like our upcoming videos and what we have currently going on with the moving situation, what videos we're working on, and of course Halloween Horror Nights, because why not?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be on here for as long as we feel like it. Like, we're thinking 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. So you guys let us know. We'll probably stay on until like the last person's like, all right, I gotta go to bed, and then we'll be like, okay, good night.
We got a question. Wondering what you think of the Orlando Sentinel article saying they'll have poly barriers up in the houses.
Okay, so that's something that just popped up today. Now, they've been kind of like going back and forth with this for the past few weeks. From what we've heard multiple sources. So a lot of people say that, of course, with the Orlando Sentinel coming out today stating that they have like these little dividers that are in there. They didn't really emphasize, I don't know, I didn't really read the article, but from what I'm understanding is from other sources as well, it's not all of these scares. It's just for the ones that are going to be that are going to be really close to the guests. So I don't expect it to be throughout the entire house. It's just going to be those up close scares, which usually is like 80% of the scares that you go through. But I mean, in all honesty, I mean, like, we're not the biggest fans because it's not a typical haunted house like used to. We understand why they're doing it, but like last year with Tooth Fairy and Brides, they had it throughout the house. But remember, we didn't have a full event. So it's just kind of like, it was like, in my opinion.
It's hard because you can see where the scares are going to come from. You can already like kind of see, if you've been to HHN before, you know that you can kind of see where the boo holes are going to be. You can kind of pick them out. Yeah. But with the plexiglass, it's like almost even more obvious where the scares are going to be. So it's not the greatest, but like we said, we understand their reasoning for it. So.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, people have their own opinions, which is fine. I mean, you're more than welcome to have your opinion, but in all honesty, I think, I mean, we're not the biggest fans, of course, but because there is a full event happening around, I think it's going to help balance it out. So it's not really going to be much of an issue. We wish it could be the full thing, but we understand what Universal's trying to do. We're not going to complain because we're not going to change anything.
We're honestly just happy that we get a full event this year and we get like nighttime houses and streets and everything.
And food and scares and everything.
We'll take what we can get and we won't complain.
Yeah. I mean, it's been what, 2 years?
Yeah.
We keep saying last year and we think it's 2019, but we're realizing there's a whole year that we missed.
Yeah. So next question, have you guys started Crypt TV? We actually started it today. Yeah.
I said this like last week we were starting, but we've been so behind with moving. We actually started today. And what did we see?
We saw the Sunny Family Cult. We saw the first
season,
we watched,
I think,
so they have the playlists of like the Get Ready for Horror Nights, whatever. Mm-hmm. And they have them like super cut into like one long episode. So we've been watching those. And we watched like the first season of the Sunny Family Cult. And then we watched the first one of the Look-See.
Yeah, there's a couple of the Look-See. Now, I'm going to say this. The Sunny Family, like honestly, just Crypt TV in general, if I don't really watch horror stuff, but like getting used to it, like it's a good way to start because it's not too crazy. In my opinion, it's not too scary because it's so short. The Look-See one's confusing. Like, if you guys
were confused about what was happening,
I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. So if you guys understand it, like, let us know.
Yeah, we're a little confused, but I'm sure like we haven't watched the second like season yet. So maybe, or no, we did, didn't we?
We started it barely.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if we finished it.
I don't know.
It just that whole like show, that one at least got us confused. But I do love like the monsters looks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty cool how they do this.
Yeah. And then what is your favorite horror movie? Brian, do you want to answer that first?
You go ahead and start. I don't really have horror.
That's really hard for me. I have a lot of like, it depends. So Halloween is like the first franchise that I watched. So I have like a special place in my heart for the Halloween movies. But I also really love, like we talked about in our like Dream Houses video, I love Hereditary. I absolutely love that movie. And so that's another one. But I don't know. I love like slasher movies. Those are my favorite. So that's why like Hereditary is so strange. Like that it's one of my favorites because it is not a slasher movie at all, but I love OG slasher movies. And you just
I don't like horror, guys. Like, and that's the weird thing. I do not like anything spooky, but if I honestly had to pick right now, The Haunting of Hill House has been my favorite. And I mean, it's not a movie, it's a show, but that one to me has been so far my favorite. Now, we have not finished that just yet.
No.
I got a little too scared.
We have like the best episodes left. And he's like,
we'll get into it eventually. But when it comes to like horror movies, I don't necessarily really watch horror stuff. But I like the way that Hill House has been going out. That's been pretty well. So.
It's really well made. So if you're not a fan of horror, I feel like really well made horror is like a little bit better because at least you can appreciate like the quality of it, you know? So do you guys think that there will still be plenty of merch left available at the Tribute Store mid to late October?
Yes.
I would say yes. Yeah.
Big yes. A reason why I think so is because they've had, I mean, think about it. They were supposed to have this event last year. And I think a lot of the merch kind of got pulled back. Now, of course, Universal did lose a lot of money with the closures and all that. But I think Universal does a great job. They project how many people are going to be going in. They know how much people are going to be spending at the Tribute Store. They also have 3 other locations. The regular Universal Studio Store that's at the front of the park. They have Five and Dime and the Tribute Store. But they also have that new boutique little store in Islands, which is awesome. That one, that's like really good looking. Yeah. But they have plenty of merchandise they're going to be selling throughout.
For sure.
And I think what they have now is just kind of like a preview of some of the stuff. And there's going to be more that I believe when the event does start, they'll start showing up.
And they restock well. I don't think I've ever been in the Tribute Store like the last week and it's been like empty. Yeah. You know, they always are stocking it. So I definitely think there will still be plenty of stuff. Yeah. And then what is your favorite house this year? Well, we don't know yet because
we have an anticipated house that we have up there, which we both think is Scary, Ohio.
Yeah, but it always seems to like surprise us which ones are like our favorites.
That's true.
I mean, I'm trying to think, for 2018, I did not like the idea of Slaughter Cinema. I was like, meh, because they're like, it was like B movies. It's probably not really gonna be that scary. And that was my favorite house that year. So who knows? Like, we're most excited for scary, but it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. And I mean, just like Stephanie said, we don't know until we, of course, go and experience the house. But that's one, as well as like, really, honestly, this year it's all the original houses. Usually Hornets does a great job with original houses anyways. In the past years, we've seen a good balance between like IPs and originals. But this year it's really like, it's heavy based on originals, which is cool because I think this year is going to flow well with the story of what Hornets has, like the background story.
Originals are nice too because they can really do whatever they want with them. They're not like tied to a certain look or anything like that. Or like
a contract. They can they just make whatever. It's a lot of surprises. So
probably an original.
Probably. Now we have from Daniel, what hour do you recommend to be outside HHN on a Sunday before they open the gates? It all depends. Like, honestly, I always tell people, and this sounds crazy, I usually say about 2 hours before.
Brian's one of those like the dad that gets to the airport like 4 hours
Flight's
early.
at 10 o'clock, be there at 4 a.m., kids. But I mean, in all honesty, the reason why I say 2 hours before is just because when you do get there, you can kind of see, you go right up to the gate, and sometimes there's already a large crowd there, or if there's not, this gives you a good indicator, like, all right, I have time to go to City Walk, maybe grab a drink or grab something to eat real quick because you are going to be waiting, even in the hot sun too. So always grab a drink, and then you can head back and just relax and be there for the opening ceremony. Now that's if you don't have like a Scream early ticket or if you already have access to the park. Yeah. So we always highly recommend doing Stay and Scream, always. But honestly, like if you don't have Stay and Scream or the Scream early ticket, I would always say 2 hours before because the parking situation is where the pain is. The security and the parking, you don't want to get caught in there. So that's why we always recommend early, just so you don't have to deal with that. Yeah. So 2 hours before.
And then when are you going?
Cassandra.
As often as possible. We have the Frequent Fear Plus, so we can go any nights except for Saturdays. So we're going to be going as much as we can. Now, we have other things planned for the haunt season, other like haunts and events and stuff. So we're going to go to HHN as much as we can, but we do have those other things that we are planning on doing, and we're going to film all that stuff too. So yeah,
sorry, I'm messaging. Sorry, that's for Sam.
Texting and live streaming.
But yeah, we're going to go as much as we can that the palace allows, just because we want to. Now there are nights that we do have planned out for other haunts, like Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. We're going to be there October 2nd for Media Night. We're actually going to cover Media Night there with them. So big shout out to Sir Henry's for inviting us out there for that. And then on September 14th, we have a Scream and Stream. Am I saying that correct? Scream and Stream. I always want to say Stream and Scream, but I think it's Scream and Stream.
Yeah.
So we have that September 14th. We're going to be covering Media Night for that as well. And then we also have Hollow Scream for Busch Gardens and SeaWorld coming September 10th and 11th. So those are some days that Horror Nights does are open for the event nights, but we're going to be MIA. So
I also really want to go back to Screamageddon, but we'll see if Brian.
If you guys don't know what Screamageddon is, it's like a very it's well done, but it's very raw. Like
I feel like it's a tad more mature than HHN too.
Yeah, and it's also for you guys who really don't know anything about Screamageddon, it's a like kind of a local haunt that's located in Tampa. So it's like an hour and 15 minutes away from us. And they usually have 6 themed houses. And they also have like zombie like paintball, which seems cool. Yeah. We didn't do it last time, but maybe we'll have to do it this year. But the houses they have are very well done. They have a lot of like large sets as well. But I was frightened through that video. We actually have a video of it. So check it out if you haven't seen it. It's
one where they pulse you through. So it's not a conga line. So you feel a little bit more like alone while you're in the houses.
Yeah.
And they also have one of the ones that has like, what are those called? They have like glow sticks. And if you choose to wear one of the glow sticks, it basically tells the scare actors that they can touch you and separate you from your party and all of that. So
we didn't have it, but we got pulled aside. So it was frightening.
Yeah.
So that's very like raw content. Now let's see. Gigi said, what's your favorite horror film? I said mine's a show, but it's Haunting of Hill House. And
As
then
of right now, yeah.
Hereditary, right?
Yeah, but I have a lot. I can't pick. It's hard. And then
Yo from Lake Mary, Andrew, what's up? Carmen said, "Have you finished Hill House?" Not yet.
The question is, have you finished Hill House?
Yeah, we haven't. If you haven't, but I don't know when we'll probably do it before opening night. We'll probably get that fully ready.
We'll have to. We have, like I said before, we have the best episodes left, which they're probably the scarier ones, but they're the best ones, and they wrap up the whole story, and they get super crazy, and
great.
We have to watch them.
Fantastic.
Yes. Is the plexiglass a sure thing? We're gonna say we're 90% sure it's happening, but we're not sure how much.
Yeah. It's one of those things because of the situation with the world right now. Everything is it's a day by day situation. So, yeah. I mean, with Universal is going to do the best, of course, for everyone. They have everyone in mind. I think we're 90 to 99% sure they are going to do that. Yeah. Even though Orlando Sentinel put that out there because it came directly from Universal. Yeah. Universal has every right to go back or even go forward more with it. They change it every day. So yeah. I would say expect to have it, but I don't think it's going to be fully throughout the house. I mean, I could be wrong though.
Yeah. So. And then do you think on the same topic?
Oh, by the way, hold up. Theme park to table. Hey, nice chatting.
On that same topic, do you think they'll integrate it in a better way so you don't see the scares coming? I just don't know how they would do that unless you had invisible plexiglass.
Yeah, now I don't think they're doing plexiglass. This is the difference. The one that they're having is kind of you know how you go into a freezer, those large freezer containers, and they have those little flaps there. I think it's something like that, but a little lighter. It's almost thin paper usage. Okay. Because the plexiglass was obviously very visible, but that causes more installation to put into the house versus just those flaps. It's cheaper as well for the Universal, which I don't think the money is an issue for it. But
if they were able to make it almost blend in with the house a little bit better, that might help. It's just that the way that they did it last year, it almost was they already had the whole house set up. They had the boo holes and everything, and then they just slapped plexiglass over the top of them so you could easily see where they were coming. Yeah. But I feel they could probably blend it in a little bit better, and it might not show as much.
It's hard to say. I also heard people saying that supposedly they're going to have those little cut dividers in there. So even the scare actors can stick their hand out. So that's a good thing. But the whether they're going to be noticeable or not, it's hard to say. I don't know. Because we went through Brides and Tooth Fairy last time, and you can easily tell. But now how the other houses are set up, we don't know. And we also went through Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice was probably the easiest one to see all the plexiglass dividers. But we shall see.
Gigi said, I have a question. Can I ask it? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, what about Joshua said, so as of right now, Barry's 100% officially confirmed.
I mean, Universal said
it. They said it, yeah. But they could change it, and they can reinstate it even more of it. So I would say expect to have the barriers there.
Ooh, I like this question. What food are you guys looking most forward to?
Carly and Zach. Let me tell you something. When it comes to food, I'm looking forward to all of it. Yeah. Yeah, we love food. But
they released some food info yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Maybe. Yesterday or 2 days ago.
And the ice cream cone, it was a black cone, and then it was almost black ice cream.
Yeah, it looked like black and white, like yin and yang.
It looks so good.
That's probably one thing I'm looking forward to, but we also like sweets, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, all of the sweets and the pizza fries.
Last year for the light was my first year having pizza fries, and they were good, but I mean,
those are
pizza.
Those are my two favorite foods: French fries and pizza.
All in one. Foods. You get it.
Better the poly than no event at all. I agree.
Agree. Yeah. If they were to come out and say that they cancel it, then our YouTube channel would be canceled too. I would end it the day of. Sorry.
Logan asked if we have any mods.
Mods. Describe mods. We're
obviously
new to
very
all of this.
new, yeah. Well, how should I go in? All of them?
The one, honestly, that I think, first of all, I also want to put this out there. If you guys are a first timer to the event, like, let us know, because I want to see like who exactly is on this chat that's also first timers, just so we can keep up with you guys. But the one that I would say that would be the one house you have to go through if you only got to choose one house would be the HHN Icons one. Just because, I mean, it's the 30th anniversary, and usually you only see the icons through like big anniversary years. So this would be the house to go to. So
I agree.
That's what I would say.
If you can go through more, though, go through more.
Please do.
How many haunts are you going to this year? Officially?
Let's see. We got 5 so far. We have Halloween Horror Nights that we're going to be going to. We have Scream and Stream. We have Hollow Scream, both at SeaWorld and Busch Gardens. So that's 4.
Yes.
And then we have Sir Henry's.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're thinking about Screamageddon.
Yeah.
So far
possibly
we have
6.
5, possibly 6, maybe even 7. Because they do have, there's one downtown on iDrive they did last year. Not too sure if they're going to have that again. I don't remember what it was called. But if they do, I think we'll go to that as well to show you guys.
Probably.
There's a lot of haunts in the Orlando area. A lot of like smaller local ones too, not just your big theme park ones. And also another one too, Boo Bash. Like we may go to Boo Bash. We haven't officially confirmed if we're going to do that yet, but it's not like the full one. So we'd rather put our money into the other events.
We miss Not So Scary. I mean, we haven't been to Boo Bash, but we both love Not So Scary. And the fact that they're not going to have, you know, the Boo to You parade makes me really sad. So we might not. We might not
also the fireworks.
Yeah, I am.
And the Sanderson sisters, like all of that.
Oh, yes, I miss that show. Sunny Family Cult is definitely a favorite. As you watch Looksee, they will start to connect. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That is good to know because we were like, what is happening?
Lost. Like Stephanie even started falling asleep at the end there. And I could not connect any dots. I was lost.
Yeah. It's like, it's good and it's like creepy, but we were like, what's happening?
Yeah. I will say though, like besides the show factor, looking at some of like the monsters or the characters or whatever, it's going to be exciting to see them in that street though. So I think they can do, Horror Nights does a great job always with reconstructing characters in person. So I'm looking forward to that. If
you're obsessed with something or mourn the death for too long and won't give it up, the Looksee comes. See, that's kind of what that's like the vibe that we got from it after the first few like different stories. We kind of understood what was going on, but still we were like. It's
still kind of weird though. Like if I lose somebody or I'm mourning them, then something even worse is going to come get me. Like,
yeah, it's like you just
let me mourn somebody.
Can't
please.
Catch a break, I guess.
Jeez, it was crazy. All right.
What Halloween plans do you have in Florida besides HHN? We kind of touched
Sir
on
Henry's,
that.
Hollow Scream, and Scream and Stream.
With social distancing, how do you think the shows are going to work? So the way that like the Bourne Stuntacular is happening right now, or I don't know.
Well, actually, I'll be honest though, there is 0 social distancing in the park.
True.
The shows, like we haven't been in the Bourne Stuntacular show since they reopened, but we went into the horror makeup show. That's what it's called.
Horror makeup show and the pet show.
And they're not distancing. They're filling everybody. Now, I think there is like special requests that some people can have where if they want to be more distant, they can be. But as to my knowledge, like when we've done that in the past 2 weeks, we've been just filled in, pick your seat, and just sit away. So
pretty much.
So I don't think they're going to have distancing for the shows at the event.
And honestly, like every time I've done any of the Fear Factor shows for HHN, it hasn't been too packed where like you can't find a seat that's away from people.
That's for Fear Factor though.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Marathon of Mayhem, you could stand far away too.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. Yeah. Like we're gonna be going opening night, so we'll get all those questions that you guys have. We'll get them more like technically answered. But I don't think they're going to be doing any distancing in the shows.
Someone said, "I'm floored that you don't like horror." Do you want to explain like
who said that?
Why you like
highlight that for me? Theme parks. I am floored that you don't like horror. So let me give you guys a little background why Brian doesn't like horror. If you guys don't know what like tulpas are, look it up. I know I'm just going straight to the point. If you don't know what tulpas are, look it up, because I don't even know them. We heard of it recently, but for some reason, any movie that I watch, any show that I watch that is like horror based or related, I can visually like create that in my head, and then like stuff physically happens in person. And it sounds ridiculous, guys, because it is ridiculous, but like I don't do well with anything horror related, because visually what I see, like I create in my mind and can't sleep, but then it actually happens.
Especially like paranormal stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't do spooky stuff.
No.
That's a shout out to my grandparents there. But
explain like how you got into Horror Nights then.
So I'm very weird, guys. I'm a big sentimental person. So there was literally one day where I went to Horror Nights in 2014 as a guest. My mom completely like surprised the heck out of us with this trip, and actually ended up having a great time. Like I really enjoyed Horror Nights, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not a horror fan at all, but it was just fun because I knew it was all fake. Everybody there is gonna have a good time, and we did. And then in 2017, so like we were scare actors before, and we performed in Horror Nights for the past. Stephanie started in 2018, and then I started in 2017, and I saw like one of my old friends like got cast for Horror Nights, and I was thinking like, how cool would that be if I were to do something that's completely not me? Like just to tell my kids when I'm older or something like that. So I auditioned, didn't think I was going to get it, and I got the part. So I was freaking out a little bit. I was really excited, but being on that side of like the mask or of the scares and stuff, it really builds your confidence for the event.
It makes it a lot less scary.
Oh, yeah.
A lot less scary.
I mean, it was just fun. It was just absolute fun. So it just built my love for Horror Nights. And then because I love Horror Nights, any movie or show they have in Horror Nights, I typically will try to watch. And, I've been all right for some part. A little disturbed here and there.
But yeah, so that's why like there's that connection there. What is better, to start from the back to the front of the park, or the front of the park to the back?
Let's see. What would you say?
Typically we would say the back to the front, because the house is in the 3 tents in the back. So the one next to Men in Black, or I guess all 3 of them are technically like next to Men in Black. All 3 of those are typically like the less anticipated, I guess you could say, because they're not like the sound stages or like the big IPs typically.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're not.
Go ahead.
They don't typically have as long of a line right to start, because everybody wants to get into the sound stages. But with this year, it might be a little different, because I feel like those 3 houses are all very highly anticipated this year. So I don't know.
This year is different than typical years, because like in 2019 you had like Nightingales and Depths of Fear, which wasn't a highly sought out house.
They didn't have the longest lines.
Yeah, they didn't have the longest lines, but also even for anticipated, I was really looking forward to Depths of Fear, and when I went through, it was cool, but it didn't hit my marks. But those were in the back. Those were the tent houses. However, though, like this year, you have like Wicked Growth. That's going to be back there. Scary Ohio. You have Beetlejuice, Haunting Hill House. Like those are actually going to be big houses. So I think this year is going to be different, where pretty much every house they have is going to be solid. So if you're really trying to knock out the most houses possible in the quickest time, I would start in the back. Yeah. If you're really just wanting to, like, in my opinion, get the full experience of the event, like right off the bat, I would start in the front.
And it depends on if you have like Scream Early or Stay and Scream.
Yeah.
So if you have Stay and Scream, you could get in line for those soundstage houses early, and then like knock those out before the lines get to, an hour, 2 hours, which could save you some time.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could start in the back and knock like all 4 of those houses out before you go to the front, and then wait in line for the sound stages. It really depends on like how you want to start. And if you have Stay and Scream, it depends on where you want to stay for Stay and Scream. So Finnegan's is typically more crowded than Springfield. So if you want like less of a crowd, you could you could do Stay and Scream in Springfield, and that'll be a little less crowded. But a lot of people pick Finnegan's because it has a bathroom right there. You can wait indoors, all of that. So
all right.
It just depends.
Sorry to cut in here. I'm noticing like we are way behind your comments.
We're not prepared for this.
We're not prepared. I just realized like we're only halfway through the comments, so we're gonna do a quick round real quick. We're gonna knock off a couple.
Round.
So real quick, I do want to put this out there. Let me actually check. Hold up. 1 second, guys. So on YouTube, when you go live, they do have something called like super chats, where if you really want your comment to be seen by us, especially like if the lobby does get filled up with a lot of people, it's hard for us to read through all of these comments. We're not going to turn it on for this one just because this is our first one. I just want us to have everybody come in. Don't feel like you have to put money in for your comment. Just know we're trying to get through all of them. So just have the patience on that.
We're going to do a lightning round.
Yeah, you guys are great. So, but we're going to try a lightning round. So what days are you guys going to HHN? As many as we can. We know we're going to be there opening weekend and for partial of September, but most of October. That's for sure. And then we got, let's see.
Is Stranger Things there? No, not this year.
Yeah, no, not this year. No Stranger Things. When does the Patreon start? George Cutler. When does the Patreon start? So we actually have the Patreon up right now. It's still a work in progress right now. So if you guys want to support us even more, you guys can go. Well, first of all, you don't have to. Like, this is just if you guys want to, which we're appreciative of course, because it helps. It really does help us out to be able to do more for you guys. But if you go to our Patreon, go to patreon.com, check out Brian from Orlando. I think it's all one large word there.
It's also in the link or in the description of our last video.
Yeah. So check out our last video, it'll be in there as well. But you guys go in there and check it out and everything. Now it's still a work in progress, but what we have planned out for it is we want to do some like exclusive content where you guys can see our behind the city behind the cities. You can't see behind the city, but behind the scenes for our videos and see what it takes for us to set it up, which actually is, you guys might enjoy it more than our videos because it's a bunch of us like arguing at the computer and the camera and trying to get it to work out,
messing up,
and doing all things like that, exclusive images, and then we will be doing merchandise some point down the road that's exclusive for our Patreon members. So,
which scare zones are you most looking forward to? Our top most anticipated scare zone is Gorewood Forest.
Yes,
because of the Terror Queen and her return.
The whole backstory of that,
which is super cool. We wish we could have. Do you hear the fireworks?
Oh yeah, by the way, the fireworks are going off.
Magic Kingdom fireworks. But we wish we could have been at Islands of Adventure when they had that back then, but we can't, or we couldn't. So we're excited to see her this year.
All right. So we got, what's your thoughts on the glass everyone's talking about? We're not the biggest fan, but I mean, everyone's gonna have their opinion. We
understand why they're doing it, and we trust Universal's
the event's still going to be awesome.
Discretion.
Let's just say that. Like the event's still going to be awesome. We're looking forward to it.
Do you think Universal will have a Classic Monsters land in Epic Universe?
Please.
We hope so.
When we looked at the concept art, there is a section that a lot of people said looks like it could be Universal Monsters, but in my opinion, Universal would be, I'm going to say this, an idiot if they don't do this. Like, this would be an amazing idea. So cool. Like that's what started this company. Like, I'm just going to say that. So if they have that, that's where we're going to stay every single day. So
we are resort guests, and I'm considering Scream Early on a Wednesday with Express Pass. Go for it.
Yeah. In my opinion, like, I always recommend getting Express Pass because it just makes the night so much better. But even on a Wednesday, usually Wednesdays are slower. It's just this year, it's hard for us to forecast because last year was completely canceled.
Yeah. We will say the team member blockout dates for this year are more than they ever have been. So we think that they are anticipating large crowds this year.
Yeah. So also, thank you to George Cutler for joining our Patreon just now. Shout out to you. And shout out to all our Patreon members, by the way. We got a couple of you guys in, a couple of veterans on there. So big thank you to, if I can think off the top of my head, we got Eloy, Andrew, Samuel, George Cutler now. I'm forgetting two more, and I'll remember it in a minute. I'll look it up.
But yeah, we really, really appreciate it. We're going to get like the Facebook community and all of that set up very soon, and we'll have a ton of content for you.
And Calvin and James, thanks to you.
If we have annual pass, do we automatically have Stay and Scream? Yes, because you can get into the park anytime you want.
Yeah, if you're talking about an annual pass for Universal, not like Horror Nights, then yeah.
Yeah. If you're not talking about like frequent fear, if you're talking about a daytime annual pass, then yeah, as long as you're not blocked out. I don't know what like the blackout dates are for the lower tiered annual passes,
look that up again,
but as long as you're not blocked out, yeah. Are you going the 3rd? So opening night? Yes, we will be there.
Definitely will be there. Well, we don't know how chaotic it's going to be and how we're going to be chaotic and all, but
we do have express passes for that night as well, so
yeah,
we're super excited.
Which we got early, saved us a lot.
Yes. Bruiser and Dolly say hi.
Oh, Boozy.
Going with my 4 friends one night, and all of us got express. We're staying at a hotel. There you go.
Sandy Bend, definitely. That's the way to do it. We're even thinking about getting a hotel too, just when we get done with recording and the editing and all that stuff, because we're going to go back the next night. It may be easier to just walk to the hotel and crash.
Yes, much easier.
Hopefully.
If I see you, can I come and say hi and take a pic? Of course.
Okay, so let me say something about that. If you guys want to come and say hi to us, you are 100% more than welcome to. Scream our name, yell us, pull us, whatever you need to get our attention. Go ahead and do so. We really are looking forward to meeting as many of you as we can. And I kind of have a plan with something I want to do big with all of our subscribers and viewers who meet with us. I'm still working on that, but if you see us, definitely say hi to us.
Yes. And then are you going on the 15th and 16th of September?
I'll put it in my calendar. I can't say we will, but we'll try. September 15th and 16th, we'll probably be.
If it's October, I will be out of town, but
She's leaving us.
It's just one weekend.
For you. Don't worry. All right, let's see. What do you guys think of the plexiglass? We just talked about that, but I mean, now I know you're saying you're thinking about canceling. I understand it, but I don't think it's for the full house. I don't think they've emphasized enough information on it, so it doesn't really have me believing it's for the entire house. And I don't think it's just a plexiglass. I think it's something a little different that's going to help the experience a little better.
What was the thing you were talking about in a previous video where there's a place where only staying at a hotel you can go, and the Icons bar? So that is the pop-up, and the Icons bar will be at Cabana Bay Resort, which is a resort on Universal property. The pop-up
jacked up experience.
The one that they did 2 years ago for Stranger Things was essentially you go in, you sit down on the buyer's couch, you press a button, and then the lights go off and stuff. And it's cute.
It's being in the scene a little bit.
It's just a little setup.
It's almost think about taking photo ops. That's what it is to see a little bit of the scenes. And also I tell people, if you're hesitant on a Horror Nights in a sense, it doesn't really give you the feeling of it so much, but it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect too. So it's a good thing that just pop in and look at.
And it'll be Jack. I don't know if he will be there, if they'll have a character there. But they'll have his giant blender.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they said Jack will be there, but I don't know if it's the character or it's
a cardboard cutout.
We don't know yet.
It might be, because they did have that last year keep saying that, 2 years ago for
2019. Yeah.
Stranger Things. They did have cardboard cutouts of the actors. So.
Do you guys know Screamageddon? Yes, we do, Logan. Brian knows Screamageddon very well. We actually have a video of Screamageddon. If you guys haven't checked it out, look at it. It's very horrible quality, so we apologize. We were not expecting. Actually, quick story in Screamageddon. We went to Screamageddon, and we were planning to record a little bit of what we can, but you can't record in the houses. And we actually got surprised when we were there. Some of their media people reached out to us and gave us access to record in the houses.
This is when we had 300 subscribers.
I don't even think we had that much. I think we had 100 or 90 or something like that.
So we were okay.
We had no idea what we were doing. And I think, honestly, because of that media invitation we got when we were there, helped me out go through the houses. Because
I don't think he would have done it.
I don't know if I would have been able to go through those houses without that pass.
Honestly, go back and watch it, though, because it's hilarious. You see all of Brian's reactions to the... I'm sorry.
I still have nightmares about that night, about that one house.
I can't wait for the food coverage. HHN has practically become its own food and beverage festival.
That is 100% true. They've added so much too. If you guys haven't seen any photos inside the park for the food booths, they're all themed. They have actual facades for the food booths, which is incredible. All right.
Name a famous horror film you guys have not seen. A famous one? Actually, I have never seen The Exorcist.
Brian's never. So I've seen like bits and pieces, but I've never, maybe 5 minutes. But Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Brian's not seen a Halloween movie. Friday the 13th.
Single one?
Nope,
You've never seen a single one?
not a single one. Friday 13th, never seen it. Nightmare on Elm Street. Sorry, haven't seen that either. The
You have
Paranormal
seen Scream,
Activity.
right?
Haven't seen it. Scream. I've seen Scream. I've also seen Jeepers Creepers when I was little. I think that was one of the first horror movies I've seen.
That's what scarred me for life.
And also Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I get like goosebumps thinking about all that. What is everyone saying up here, real quick? No,
I'm not.
Saying all that piece of Crypt TV, Universal. So. We're working on that. Sorry for looking over here. The computer's down here. We're trying to read all your comments. We'll make this setup a little better. Honestly, I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, I'm gonna lean back here, like lean a little bit out the side. But like, we have this little makeshift desk here with a couple of our stuff. This whole thing is gonna be changed. We're gonna have a new desk here with bookshelves, and we're gonna put things on the wall for you guys to have a better studio. We're sitting on like some of our like moving boxes right now, so our buns are hurting a little bit. The mic's here on the floor. You guys are on a little makeshift desk, so we're still working on this. But
I saw a video where the plexiglass is only face level. There were some last year. Some of them were up to like the chest.
Yeah, there were some that was only like even this wide. It was just for the face, and then there were some that were full on plexiglass. Yeah. But it depends on the scare exactly for that.
Have you guys ever tried a horror VR game or? Yes, a regular horror video game. You've played horror video games.
I don't like to remember.
He likes video games, but not horror, and I like horror, but not really video games. But I have played The Last of Us and Dead Before Daylight.
Now, if you consider like Call of Duty Zombies, I've done that. I actually love that.
Yeah.
And I also did Dead Space for like 5 minutes. And then I threw the game
Honestly,
away.
I feel like horror video games are scarier than horror movies because you're like in it.
Yeah, you're the actual
You know
person.
what I mean? And you're the one like doing the movements and stuff. You're not just watching.
Doing the movements.
You know what I mean?
I'm getting the stabbing.
Because it's like, okay, if I go right or I go left, like something might pop out at me. So you just don't want to go right or left. You know what I mean? You just want to like not do anything.
Extreme Skins 04. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? I set up fake plexi, Mr. Rex.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Set up like fake
plexi.
Or like not real boo holes.
Like that's not even a boo hole. They just have it there. You expect
there.
it, and there's actually one on the opposite side.
Oh yeah,
it's a good idea.
The Voodoo Donuts. So Brian has never had Voodoo Donuts.
Voodoo Donuts.
So his first one is going to be for HHN this year, and I don't think they've announced any like
not yet
limited ones, but they do normally have like limited edition like HHN specific donuts.
Yeah. Now let me go ahead and put this out here. If you guys have been following us along on Instagram, if you don't do so, Brian from Orlando. But if you've been following us on Instagram, as well as our past videos that we had, with the whole moving situation for us that we've been stuck literally in Universal hotels for like 2 weeks. And the entire time we've been over there, Voodoo Donuts has been something on my mind every single night. I'm like, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. And for some reason, we talk ourselves out of it because I want my first Voodoo Donut to be a Horror Nights themed donut.
Yeah.
Like that's just me.
Yeah. They taste the same, but
yeah, it's still a donut. But
came late to the stream, but scare actors are going to be roaming the streets, right? One of the other vloggers thinks they may not be. So we originally were thinking they might not be because there are a lot of stages this year, a lot more than normal, and actual like triggers. So a trigger is
explain what a trigger is.
A trigger is like the scare actor can hit it, either step on it or hit it with their hand, and it basically makes the sound that is their scare.
Yeah, it's like an activation switch. So scare actor just hits it and lights will go off and like a recorded sounding will happen.
And there's normally not triggers in the streets.
I don't think there's ever been triggers in the streets.
But there are this year. So we were thinking that might kind of indicate that they're going to be up on the stages, not on the streets. But we have heard conflicting news.
And we've heard from good sources from inside stating that there are going to be scare actors roaming around, which like Steph said, we were worried because of all the stages and these triggers that are on the side of the streets. It's like, all right, they're going to just have the triggers that enhance the fact that they can't have anyone in the streets. But when hearing some information that we've got, there's going to be some scare actors probably roaming the streets, which means it's going to be awesome. But I don't think it's going to be as much as we have in mind. Like, for instance, like Gorewood Forest, where that's located in Central Park, that's a very small scare zone. I don't think they're really going to have anyone roaming there. But streets like Seek and Destroy, since it's huge, they may have a couple people roaming around, just because if you're standing in the middle of that street, like one of the stages or whatever, like you're not going to see anything on the side. So I feel like they're going to have more in that zone at least.
Yeah. Lots of first timers. That is super exciting. We're excited for you guys to experience the event for the first time.
Yeah, we literally just said if you're a first timer, mark it. We're just getting to those comments here. So we got a couple here. Yeah. Ashley, Malkiva, or Malvika. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm horrible at pronouncing names, by the way. Christina, Kayla, hi to all of you guys. Also, Sierra from North Carolina. Look at that. So we got some people traveling for this.
Someone said,
veteran here.
Haven't been since 2008 where I got to be one of the Jacks. Ooh.
What?
That's
Taylor
awesome.
Payne. Actually, Taylor Payne, I think we spoke before. If I'm not mistaken, let me know. I think we spoke before. And if it's what I think, if we did speak before, we're still keeping in mind for that project we want to work on in the future. So maybe mid-September. All right.
Second HHN since 2017, since 2019. Thought House of a Thousand Corpses was the best one. Yeah, I mean, it won House of the Year. So a lot of people liked that house.
Classic Monsters was the greatest house.
We have a bias.
Very biased. But yes, House of a Thousand Corpses was one of the houses that going through really creeped me out. But they done it so well. I've never seen the movie, but it was creepy.
It was a good house. Boo Bash is sold out, so we'll not be going there.
Guess we're not going there. First year in 2019. 2019 was a great year. I love 2019.
Oh, okay. He's saying a mod is like someone who can basically like keep up with the chat for you.
Huh. Well, Logan, we may have to possibly get a mod at some point because we're just really like chugging along with these comments. Like, here, do you remember where that's at? Hold up, let's see. Oh my goodness.
No, you went way too high.
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Oh wait.
No. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Like we just refreshed the comments and like we're way behind.
What's better to go clockwise through the park or counterclockwise? So
okay, so I'm going to put this out here. We actually are working on a complete like full guide for first timers at the parks. Like we're doing a full video inside the park. We actually did this 2 days ago. We filmed it and we're scrapping it. It took us like 3 hours to get this recorded and we started editing. And there's a couple things that's been added since that we really want to work on. So actually tomorrow, like I said, if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram. And if you're not a Patreon member, check Patreon because I think we'll try to post things on Patreon tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. But we're going to be there all day at Universal to do a complete video of the full guide at the park. And the way we're going to do this is going clockwise. So we'll go into the park just because 30 years, 30 fears, that street is directly in front of you. And it's huge. The true scene that they have set up in the construction. So we're going to use that as a key indicator to like go forward in.
I feel like we almost always go through that park.
Yeah, we always go straight.
Clockwise.
Yeah.
We just always almost do that.
We always do that. That's just our thing.
Voodoo Parade. Did you see there was a villain casting call that went out for an event from the 16th to the 28th?
We did now.
Not see that.
Thanks to you, we know now. But
which I'm surprised that I didn't see that. But been to many a Voodoo Parade audition. But besides Jack, which icon are you most excited for?
Looking forward to Chance in her house. The one I'm actually looking for, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie's good. Yeah. I really want to see Fear.
And Fear, yeah.
Fear, I think, out of all, even more than Jack, I want to see Fear. Because of Fear's story, he's the head honcho of Halloween Horror Nights. And also, speaking of Fear and all, we did do that one episode of like the history and all that stuff with Jack. We have a lot more episodes. Like, we apologize. We haven't been posting them just because we've been moving and all that. But what we're going to do is this year is going to be kind of special because we have this Countdown to HHN series that we've been working on. And next year, it's going to be like polished. Like the season's going to be great. But this year, we're working on the kinks and all. And I think we're kind of like doing extended version where it's not going to be called Countdown to HHN, but we'll be doing like the history of Horror Nights and all through September and October, as well as like possible like interviews with scare actors in September and October. So we're going to have a lot mixed up for these next few weeks.
What are the shows like? How long? And
are there
seats?
Like the streets?
So for the Fear Factor show, so that is Halloween Nightmare Fuel, that will have seats. And it's more like a big like arena type show. We don't know what that show is going to be like this year because it's the first year that they're doing it. In past years, it's been Bill and Ted's, and then it was also Academy of Villains. But this year, it's something completely different, and we have no idea what to expect. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And then the other show is actually in the lagoon. And that is all standing. So there's no seats for that one, but it's all like water and lights and projections and stuff. And last year, I keep saying last year, 2 years ago was the first time they did that like marathon of mayhem. And I remember like everybody being like, oh, okay, whatever. And it ended up being like one of the best nighttime shows in Orlando. It was so good.
Well done.
I'm very excited for it this year, but the bar is very high.
I didn't get to see it. Bummed out. We were working.
Yeah.
Worked a lot. So we got scare actors. Yes. 2017, 2018 probably met you guys. Probably. Like, if you were working, probably. Like, we were just everywhere.
Yeah. I wasn't there in 2017.
That's what Brian on being sensitive to paranormal stuff. See, Sandy Ben knows about that paranormal stuff. So we need to have a conversation about that because I could probably create a YouTube channel just about my problems.
Oh, someone said, yeah, Springfield, the Stay and Scream will be more crowded because of Beetlejuice. I could see that.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. And also Haunting of Hill House is right next to it as well. So
that is true.
Those are going to be like very like high wait times for those houses.
That's true.
And
actually, Finnegan's may be lower because you have
2 returning houses.
We have returning. Well, Beetlejuice is kind of returning.
Yeah, but it was only for like 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Bride of Frankenstein Lives and Tooth Fairy, since they were there last year, I don't think your locals who've done that house before are going to choose the Finnegan Stay and Scream. So it may be better to actually wait there. Like I said, this year is going to be like backwards compared to normal.
Yeah. My mom and I want to go to The Simpsons and Harry Potter. Can we still go when? So both of those lands will be open. We're not 100% sure if the ride for Simpsons will be open, but Gringotts most likely will be.
All of Diagon Alley in the London like Harry Potter area is going to be open.
Not. What is the other one called?
Hogsmeade?
Hogsmeade.
Oh, that's Islands of Adventure. That'll be
that
closed.
Won't be open.
Now, there are nights when Horror Nights is going to Islands of Adventure is open till 9 p.m. So for some reason, if you want to go over there, if you have access to the park, go ahead, I guess. But
and last year they did that Death Eater show. Is that last year or 2 years ago?
I have no idea.
I wonder if they'll do that again this year.
I know in Hollywood, I think they are.
Yeah.
They announced it or whatever.
Are you going to HHN in Hollywood? Not this year. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. This year, no.
We have not planned a trip. So, can someone explain what Scream Early is? You want to go ahead?
So, yes, Scream. Okay, so there is something called Stay and Scream. Stay and Scream is for those who are already in the park that are also staying for Halloween Horror Nights. It's just holding areas so like they can get all the regular day guests out of the park, and then they can prep, because they still have to prep the park for Horror Nights. They have to bring some props out on the streets that they can't have during the regular day, and they have to just do a couple like settings and all that. But then Scream Early is an option, an add-on that you can purchase. It's like, I think it's like $30, where you can purchase a Scream Early ticket and allows you to get into the park as early as 3 p.m. So that means if you don't have a regular park ticket or a regular annual pass for the park, you can buy this Scream Early option, which gives you the ability to get into the park as early as 3, which you can still do regular park stuff. You can even ride the rides, have something to eat, whatever you want to do. But it's to allow those people the option of using some of the Stay and Scream locations.
Yeah, definitely a good option if you do not have a regular daytime ticket. Zombie Chris, hey, what's up? Favorite merch so far?
Zombie Chris, what is up? By the way, real quick, I'm gonna throw him out there right now. I'm throwing him under the bus. You guys
under the bus.
I'm throwing him under the bus. We're driving this bus over him. If you don't know Zombie Chris, you guys need to go follow him. Zombie Chris has been doing this for some time, and he's one of the top like Halloween Horror Nights like content creators there is. You guys need to go follow him. He covers all things, like not even just horror nights. Like if you really just love like horror related stuff, he covers things from like shows and other events like that. That guy's up there. That's one of the legends. So follow Zombie Chris. But favorite merchandise so far?
He already bought the Haunting of Hill House shirt.
Yeah, I got a Haunting of Hill House shirt. But
so we like that one. I liked the most recent shirt that they came out with, the like Frankenstein, like it's all like the bright colors,
like the bright colors, like an artist rendition of it. But when it comes to like merchandise, like the shirts, like they're not the greatest quality to me. I like something a little softer, more like dry fit, because the weather. I mean, Zombie Chris, it's hot, and like cotton doesn't do too well with me. I sweat a lot. So a little information there for you guys. But
I also really like, I don't think it's in studios right now, but I really like the denim jacket that they came out with.
Yeah.
Over in the boutique, the All Hallows Eve boutique.
Yeah, All Hallows Eve. Also the candles too.
And it has like the Universal Studios Florida marquee and Frankenstein on it. It's pretty cool.
But I like to have more like the like figurines, if that makes sense. Like some of the icons, like statues and all that they've shown. I like those stuff a little more.
I bought RIP tour, but should I get an express pass for the rest of the night?
Go ahead.
The express pass should work with the regular attractions, but honestly, the lines for the regular attractions during HHN are like non-existent. So I wouldn't spend money on an express pass for the rides. Would you say?
If you're really trying to do it just for the attractions, I would say no. The most I've ever seen an attraction posted a wait time was 10 minutes for Rip Ride Rocket, and I remember just walking straight onto the attraction. So if you're just thinking about for the attractions, I wouldn't worry about it really. But the RIP tour really is going to get you anything that you really need. So
will you be recording opening night? Yes.
Yes, we will be recording opening night. We don't have a plan yet on how we want to do it. A lot of people, they typically go through and they vlog their experience, which we're probably going to do. But we're trying to figure out how to change things up a little bit. We don't know exactly yet. So it may not be posted the very next day. Like we have opening night Friday and Saturday, which is the next day. And then we may post something Sunday or Monday. So we're usually behind the game when it comes to getting it up there as first. But we have some plans sometimes.
At least sometime like that weekend or early the following week.
Swagasaur, I'd be too nervous to say hi. Don't worry. We are a lot more, however you say this, we're very shy. Yeah. We're not, like, we love to be social, but it's hard for us to start the interaction. So if you even just like wave at us, we'll wave and we'll work our way from there.
We're going to do HHN and drive back to our, Disney World Resort, and then got a great deal for Royal Pacific, which is
amazing, first of all.
Our favorite resort, I think.
You love Sapphire Falls.
I really like Sapphire Falls.
Honestly, I would say Sapphire Falls and Royal Pacific are tied for me. I love just the tropical feeling in both of those resorts give, and they're right next to each other. So Royal Pacific is amazing. So if you're staying there, enjoy it.
Do you guys have Express Pass on the 3rd? Yes. That's the only night so far that we have Express Pass.
So far. Yes. Yeah. We definitely knew that night was going to be busy, so we got Express Pass. And we got it when they first came out, and we saved, I think, $60 to $70 so far, just because we got it the first time they came out. But we may have to get more down the road.
How is the new place? We love it so far.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, we're still getting everything set up.
Yeah, once we get all the furniture set up, we'll be good. Yeah. We'll enjoy it.
Way earlier in this live stream, we could hear the fireworks going off from Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom. Yeah. So that's fun. We can see them like from our balcony.
Literally from bed.
It's cool.
Like we're just lay down, we could watch them. Brian, watch Halloween 1978 and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Dude, come on. LOL, love it. All right, Daniel, listen. So they actually have the new Halloween movie that's about to come out. Now
okay, so you have to
I'm gonna say it right now. We have good minds. So in 2018, my second year of performing in Halloween Horror Nights, I was actually in Halloween 4. I was a Michael Myers. And I was one of the many. And growing up like that, his theme song was like the devil's theme song in our house. Like my mom said, if she heard that, you better turn that song off.
She'll even
she'll know.
Not liking hearing that.
Ever since I was got the chance to be part of that house, I've been interested in wanting to see these movies.
Yeah.
And now that the new one's going to come out, Halloween Kills,
yeah.
right? I do want to watch the whole series. So I'm going to go back and watch the originals, and then I'll watch the new ones.
Probably not all of the originals, because
maybe
a lot of them. But you could probably just watch the first one and then the most recent one and then the new one.
True.
Because they pretty much got rid of all the other ones and said those aren't part of the storyline anymore.
Yeah. Now TCM, you got to give me a minute. That I'm gonna have to build up to.
It's not that bad.
I'm gonna be laying down and the fridge is gonna go off and I'm gonna lose my mind.
I really think that you are working yourself up more to them what it is, because it's really not that gory.
My heart rate's up to 104 right now.
Oh my god.
Also, George Keller said we need to watch Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Well, of course,
we will.
Yes. Do you play Overwatch?
I don't. I need to. I haven't used the play. I'm on PlayStation, in case anybody cares. But I haven't played games in a while just because we've been moving and doing the channel. So.
Oh no.
Did you refresh it?
Oh, we're right there.
Did we catch up?
Oh wait. No, just kidding.
We thought we caught up to the comments. We lied. We didn't.
Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Okay. Going to Islands of Adventure on the 17th. Do I need a Universal Studios ticket on top of the HHN tickets? Yes. So if you are planning to go to Islands and you only have an HHN ticket, you do need to buy an Islands of Adventure ticket. So they have either you can do 2 park and you can go back and forth between the 2 of them, or just a 1 park and go do Islands and then go to HHN, but you can't do Stay and Scream if you do that option.
HHN tickets are just for HHN, just for the event.
Yes.
If you want to do the parks and stuff, you'll need to get the individual tickets for the parks as well. All right, let's see what we got. Charity stream where Brian has to play Silent Hill.
Charity stream. That would be great.
Okay, we're gonna do a little backstory. So when Steph and I we were doing the channel whenever, and we took a break last year in October, just we had a lot of things going on. And then when we were coming back, we were thinking about doing a channel where if we do get big enough with doing Orlando theme park vlogs and horror nights and all that stuff, we may end up traveling and doing actual haunt locations. And it's going to be Stephanie enjoying herself while I'm freaking out. So we were thinking about doing something like that.
I don't know about that. I think we would end up paying a lot of money in therapy for that.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see me play, what is it called? Silent Hill. Yeah. Go ahead, donate away. We'll send that money to my rehab later on after that.
Okay, the Voodoo Donuts came out yesterday. We'll have to look at that. I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, actually, I think I just got a message from them. Yeah, actually, I got the link right here. Here, go ahead and keep reading.
Question: why Brian from Orlando? Why not a name change with Brian and Steph?
Great question. Actually, big question right there.
So originally, his Instagram has been Brian from Orlando for a while before he even knew me. So
2017, I think.
So when we were thinking about what should the channel name be, I was like, Brian, you should do a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So he made it Brian from Orlando because it was the same as his Instagram. Yeah. And then I ended up just kind of joining in. So
the way that we were having it, because we were thinking of doing different names and all, but if you really want to get technical when it comes to marketing and stuff, I'm still very bad at social media. We're still trying to work on it. I hate social media, and here I am, ironically. But the reason why we just chose that is because it was already established on my Instagram, and I thought if we're going to start a YouTube channel, everybody we would talk to would be from Instagram, and we try to revert them over. So that's why we picked that.
Sergio said, "You guys are awesome, and I love and miss you both." We miss you, Sergio.
Oh, Sergio. About to shed a tear, actually. That just hit home. It's a good throwback.
Yeah. We were
crying over here. What the heck? Go ahead. Read some questions. Let's go.
Okay. Are we allowed to bring our own food and water? So we've heard conflicting things.
Yeah, there's mixed stories.
I've brought my own water in before and not had an issue, but I've heard other people say that they security made them throw out their water.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's just water, you might as well at least try.
The way I look at this is that if you have a water bottle, if they say you have to throw the water away, you just dump it out, but you can probably keep the water bottle. You just refill it at their refill stations, or even like their refillable cups that they sell in the parks, or your canister. So. Yeah. And then when it comes to food, you can't bring like, T-bone steak and all that. But there's times that I brought like granola bars and chips and stuff. I even packed like a sandwich one day that made it through. It all depends. Imagine not following Brian on Insta. If you don't follow me on Insta, your life is all right. Don't worry. Nothing you're missing.
Loved the Jack history episode. Thank you,
because that was a pain in the butt. Because we had big technical issues. We had a whole bunch of B-roll we were putting in there, and YouTube was like, nah, we're not. Premiere Pro is saying, no, you can't. So we had to actually cut out a lot of our B-roll, and then it cut out a lot of our video as well. So we do apologize on that, but we're gonna work on our future history channel videos.
The history channel. Well, Howl-O-Scream only have 4 mazes. I don't know. You mean houses?
So for instance, we spoke of Zombie Chris earlier. Check with him because he's been covering Howl-O-Scream very darn well. We've been really slacking in the Howl-O-Scream category, but I think there's supposed to be 6 in Busch Gardens or 4. I don't know. And then I think like 4 in SeaWorld.
I'm honestly very excited for SeaWorld's event just because it's the first year of it.
Logan says 5.
So, Well, they have chainsaws in Springfield. We hope so. We have no idea, but we really
don't, because we don't know.
That's normally
we have no idea.
That's normally not a section that they announce. Like it's always just kind of like
it's a surprise.
The roaming chainsaw horde is like it's not a street or anything that they announce. So we don't know, but I hope so. Have you discussed plexiglass? Yes, we have.
Which quick thing on the plexiglass, like I don't think it's going to be just like it was last year. I think there's something different to it.
Mom and I are doing the $30 thing, getting there at 3, riding rides. Then it's honestly a steal to go in at 3:00, do some rides, and then do Stay and Scream.
You practically get like a good hour and a half to do normal Universal stuff for just $30, and then you get the Stay and Scream, which gives you the access to the event a lot earlier than the regular crowds.
Yeah,
because they do let those people that are staying in Stay and Scream as early, or I've seen people as early as 5:45 get a chance to go through the house, which Horror Nights does not open until 6:30. So you're 45 minutes ahead of the normal crowds that are waiting out the gate that are literally looking at you go through houses. They're like, let us in. And you're like, no.
Fun fact, I was in 2018, I was in Blumhouse. So probably one of the less favorite houses of the year, but that's why I have this shirt. And my parents came to see me because that was my first entertainment job in Orlando. So my parents came to see me. They did Stay and Scream. My mom does not like haunted houses. So they literally went through my house, I think 10 times, once Stay and Scream opened, and there was absolutely no line that entire first set.
Just kept walking
and I just saw them just go through over and over and over again. So
yeah. And then even from the past years that I've worked and you've worked, we've noticed that in our first set and all, we see the same faces
very low
6-7 times before the actual crowd starts flowing through.
And at the end of the night as well. So the last hour, probably half an hour, half an hour, 15 minutes, you can jump in a line, and even if it's still long, they'll let you stay in it. And then a lot of the lines just get a lot shorter.
I'll be back. Keep talking to me.
Okay. A lot of the lines just get a lot shorter towards the end of the night because people are just leaving. They're done, whatever. So that's another good option as well.
I noticed the battery's getting low.
Oh, really?
The battery might die, guys. That's how ill-prepared we are with this.
They need to have a Treehouse of Horrors maze in Springfield. I have heard that a lot of times from different people. We're not big Simpsons
not at all
watchers. I've seen a few episodes. I've never seen any of the Treehouse of Horror episodes. So
okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a quick refresh real quick, guys. So sorry. We are so behind.
Wait, that was it.
Was it?
Yeah. I already read that one.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that the battery on the camera is actually about to die, like pretty soon. So we probably have like 5 minutes. So we're gonna get wrapping up pretty soon.
Okay.
So here, let's go ahead. If we don't get through one of your comments or anything tonight, do apologize.
Oh, Christopher said, "Sorry, I'm late." It's okay, Christopher.
Christopher, the Disney dude, what's up, my man? But yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go real quick through, just read through a couple, maybe list a couple things, and then I mean, if you guys enjoyed this, let us know. Obviously, like comment down or even like give it a thumbs up, follow us on Instagram, tell us there, follow us on Patreon, whatever. And just let us know if you enjoy this, because what we'll do is we'll plan to do it either like Sunday, Monday. We can do one very recent. I'm horrible at it's getting late. I'm losing. We haven't slept in a while, so but we'll do it very soon though, so we can get more prepared with everything.
Someone said skip Halloween Season of the Witch.
I don't know. A lot of people love Halloween Season of the Witch. I got a lot of close friends that will fight you on that. So
someone asked which Michael you were.
In the house?
Yes.
If we're gonna be real descriptive, if I'm allowed to say it technically, if you you remember the attic? If you remember the attic, if you remember where you had Brady, that was, run, like, and the next scene right before the final scene, I was in the attic. I was tucked up, hidden in the corner. You can't find me there. Hey, from Tampa, what's up? What do you want to change this year? Other than 3.
What house would you want to change this year?
Bride of Frankenstein Lives and Tooth Fairy.
It says other than the ones you already went through.
Yeah, just the ones we went through. Now, if the ones that we didn't go through.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I'm still excited for that one.
That one's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's in a soundstage.
Yeah.
And we haven't gone through it. So
someone commented on something of ours recently saying how Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off of a true story. It's based off of it's very loosely based off of a true story. And I am very into true crime, which is not surprising, but I hate saying that, but I find the story of Ed Gein very interesting, and that is what Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based off of. So I'm excited to go through it, but someone said Happy Death Day. Yes, that was my section. I was treated.
That was her birth into Horror Nights.
Yes.
Which what we'll do is we're thinking about doing a video on our past experiences being scare actors and all. To give you guys a little rundown information on it. Let's see.
You had a dance party in the room with the party lights for Happy Death Day. Yeah. That was two rooms after my room. So I heard that music all night long.
All right. So now it's battery is totally a victim of your success. Okay.
Honestly,
listen, the battery has been our villain, because when we actually did that full guide in Universal the other day, the battery died on us. We were running low, and nowhere in Florida for some reason has this battery. We try to buy, we actually got a new camera, and we're trying to buy a spare battery, because when we go to the parks, we're going to need one. No one has it. It's just nowhere. We can't even find it online. Amazon doesn't even have it.
We have to get it way on back order on Amazon. It's going to be a few months.
It's going to be season 3 of Horror Nights for us. But so the battery was dying at the end. So we really had to rush it. That's why we're going to try to redo it tomorrow and try to get it fully established for you guys. Yeah.
I think we reached the end of our questions.
Yeah. So let's see.
I didn't think we'd be able to get to the bottom.
Unless the camera died. That's why. Maybe. No, it's low. Okay. Well, anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
And everything. I do want to say a huge thank you for you guys. I did not expect for us to literally be looking at the comments all day, trying to catch up and everything.
We thought it was just gonna be the two of us, and we were like,
"Hey, Mom, thanks for joining." But honestly, we're gonna go ahead and Carol Andrew. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this real quick before the battery dies. Thank you guys. We honestly cannot express enough this journey that we've been going through. We really want to make this, of course, a full-time thing, and all the support you guys have been giving us has allowed us to do this. I can't tell you, it means a lot when we wake up and we have comments from you guys and we're seeing the engagement stuff. It's not, if you go back to our first video, you can see first of all how bad it was, but The one thing I stated in that first video is like, I want to connect with you guys, and to seeing how much like people love like Horror Nights and all, which we're not just a Horror Nights channel, by the way. Like we have other things we're getting ready to do. Like if you want like a Horror Nights channel, like Zombie Chris, Lost TV, The Hauntline, Journey with Josh, like those people, like check those people up. Cam's Travels, Orlando Dave. I mean, I can go on and on, but all these people have shown incredible support for us, and you guys have just been the best. So we've been super thankful for everything you guys have given us.
Yeah.
Like we're excited. We have a lot of plans. There is a spreadsheet we have listed with all the plans we have ready.
Oh no! I think our camera.
Did it die?
I think the microphone's still going.
Actually, I think the microphone's going. Oh yeah. Okay, guys, the live ended. Webcam utility. Yes, you know that we use. So the camera completely died. However, we're gonna end it right here, guys. If you can hear the sound of my voice, everybody go ahead and say RIP battery. This is how our lives have been. But anyways, we can hear you, just can't see you. Good. We like to keep it that way. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Huge thank you to all of you guys. We have a lot of plans coming up. We have, honestly, 2 years worth of ideas listed and ready to go. So 2 years ready to go. Can't wait to show you guys what we have. And tomorrow we'll be in the park for a full day of tribute store and working on a full guide for you guys. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Patreon, follow the sound of my voice to the end of this chat because we are done. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. And till then, we'll catch you guys in the fog.
Bye, guys.